Dobra, zobaczmy, czy pokażą coś z nowego koda. Na razie mamy trailer, którego widzieliśmy już. Tak, tak, teraz będzie gameplay może. Oktober 25.
Who's your team?
Some old comrades.
Welcome back to E3 on Twitch. I'm one of your hosts, Lono, aka Say No to Rage, joined by the always energetic Rachel.
So energy.
And we are sitting down with Joel to talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Tell us about the game and where you're taking it.
Kogo oni pokazują? Co ten operator się zakochał w babie?
And that was an alternate reality at that point. So a lot of people have been asking why reimagine Modern Warfare? And we just really wanted creative freedom to kind of, take the story to new places. So, and it was really important to us to make a
Super, żeście go doświetlili. Super jest doświetlony ten gościu,
we lost
bardzo.
lights and I'm all dark.
Come
It's
back.
all spooky now. That's cool.
Spooky.
All right, we'll just get spooky.
We're doing a setting.
Actually,
Where's
we're
your cigar?
going
This
in the
really
dark.
sets the mood.
We're gonna go night vision. I'm gonna bring the lights up a little. There we go. It was really important to actually raise the stakes in the game, and even me coming back to the studio, I was on the original Modern Warfare games, and it was important to come back and kind of make it more realistic, more relatable. Something it's set in today's time now, so there's a lot to go there.
So what does that mean for, first of all, our main character to be set in the current time?
Okay, so we did bring there are a few faces we're bringing back out. I would almost,
No,
almost
niektóre postacie powrócą, tak? No, Price powróci, oczywiście inne postacie też, on będzie chciał, będą wrzucić je, sentyment.
To work on Captain Price in Modern Warfare 1. And back then we had a voice actor. It was Billy Murray, in fact, did a great job. But back then we actually would just assign a voice actor and we would build a character, and it was a fictional character, almost conceptualized and all this other stuff. This time, we actually went and we got Barry Sloan to be Captain Price, and it's a head-to-toe performance capture. He's actually
Mam nadzieję, że oni pokażą coś jeszcze.
A version of it, which is more than I could probably survive. And he
What does
told
that
me all about
entail?
it.
Like rough summary.
He went down to Coronado and he trained with the SEAL teams, where they go through. Navy SEALs start with selection down in Coronado, and they go through. I'm gonna mess this up, but I think it's basic underwater dive. I don't know. I'm
Gameplay, bro. Gameplay.
It's not for us. It's for
consultants
tougher
are gonna
people.
kick my ass later for messing it up.
Gameplay,
Okay, so
gameplay.
Barry went through this, and he survived it. And it's basically they beat you up on the beach. They sleep deprive you. They fire machine guns over your head. I mean, they do all kinds
This
of
guy's
stuff.
not coming back to work in their games anymore.
He did that in his career as an actor. He was on a show called Six on the History Channel. So what was fantastic about Barry is he brings this experience to the character. He knows how to handle himself when he's doing all these performances, these tactical situations. He just looks legit. He holds everything perfectly. He holds himself great. And then on top of that, it was really important to him to actually look back and pay homage to Billy Murray's performance. So he really studied Captain Price, the history of him. And in fact, I
Czemu
think this is
ostatni
maybe,
dzień
if we're talking
E3?
about
Przecież
reimagining,
11 czerwca to pierwszy
this
dzień.
is maybe
No
the
dla
second time
zwiedzających
Price has
chyba.
been reimagined. He goes all the way back to World War II. Like he just kind of keeps making his way back into the series. So
Well, it's interesting that you say that. I mean, I've played since the very first one on PC, so I've always enjoyed Call of Duty. With you reimagining the game now, with respect to gameplay, what could returning players or even new players expect to find in the game?
yeah, I think I was a big fan of Call of Duty 1. That's what got me to. I moved my entire family down to Los Angeles. I saw that game, and I'm like, we gotta go. I have to work on that. I need to find a way to work at Infinity Ward and be a part of that. I started on Call of Duty 2, and if you remember back on gameplay on
No i on
Call of Duty
pracował
1, we
przy
had a
jedynce
lean
i dwójce
mechanic.
ten gościu, najlepszych
And so
kodach
one
pracował.
of the things that we've actually
No i
been
to
able
jest
to
to.
introduce into Modern Warfare is a mounting mechanic, and there's two ways you can use it. You can use it on vertical. You actually you can use it on vertical, and you can do a horizontal. But what it does is it helps you go into these really tight tactical situations. We're doing more one-to-one environments now. So when you go into a space, you want to be able to kind of move, kind of slice a pie a little tighter on the edge, and it helps you corner better to kind of feel or like look at a room a little better.
So you're giving us kind of, in a sense of spaces that we normally encounter in these games over the years. There are a lot of wide open, a lot of, house to house or, across the town. And you're giving us a lot more, you're saying tight spaces here. Are we going to be maybe crawling around and climbing over stuff and peeking around these doors? What other tools are you giving us in these new spaces?
I'm trying to figure out, there's a lot of stuff I don't want to spoil.
There's so much inside you.
But I would say this. We have, we're
Nie
down
mówcie, że on
to
gameplaya nie
a tight
pokaże. To
corridor,
czemu? To gdzie to było
you
zapowiedziane,
know,
że
like
miał
a
być
townhouse.
gameplay?
Okay.
No nie
where
wytrzymam
you're
po
going
prostu.
through, you're stacking up, you're moving up staircases. It's all in spooky night vision. We did crazy stuff with night vision on this game. We're from there all the way out to levels that are really large, where you can you really decide which way you want to attack the plan, or kind of how you want to complete the objectives. So it goes from really tight and intimate and claustrophobic to huge breaths.
But now you're giving us some different ways as a player character to move around in both these spaces. A little more of the lean, a little more of the...
A little bit, tightening up mechanics as much as we can. When we started this project, we went into the engine, which is new.
Co to miało znaczyć
It's been in
Call of
development for nearly
Duty
5
gameplay
years.
demo?
But it started before we even started on Modern Warfare. But we went back in and we kind of boiled everything down to the basics. I think if we're talking about tighter quarters and we're moving through an environment and we're doing stuff like cornering, we took a hard look
No
at
jak
we're
byk
moving through an
stoi
environment and we're doing
game
stuff like
demo
cornering.
Call of
We
Duty
took a
Modern
hard look,
Warfare.
range blinding cal is something that
No to ja chyba nie
range
rozumiem
blinding
pojęcia
means like
game
use,
demo.
tight corridors so
No
that
to-
they don't penetrate and hit someone they don't mean to hit on the other side of a wall.
To samo
So
myślałem.
you're actually needing to consider this stuff while you're moving through the game. Bullet penetration, caliber, trajectory on your weapons. You actually really have to, if you're firing a DMR or a sniper rifle, you have to really take into account bullet drop. In one case, maybe a little bit of windage. We've actually implemented that all in a very realistic way to the game. So what it does is it doesn't make the game harder to play, it just makes it more sophisticated and more fun. There's more to work with, there's more to think about, there's more to challenge you with.
Yeah, you want those close range for those short hallways, you want your long range for outside, and you're kind of, to encourage that gameplay, I guess, giving us a lot more opportunities in the moment.
Yeah,
I'm really excited by
complexity,
peeking.
With all the realistic things you're mentioning, changes to night vision and the depth of the combat sounds a lot different than past titles. How could returning players come to expect it to be faithful to the franchise?
Yeah, I think it's tricky when you're doing something like this, but I think that the players can, I think hopefully the players recognize that there's a lot of original Infinity Ward still at Infinity Ward, and then there's a lot of Infinity Ward that return to Infinity Ward, and then we have all these new people in there. We're very mindful of reimagining Modern Warfare, but not destroying the parts that people love. So we're always checking ourselves and scrutinizing things and making sure that, hey, if we go too far with that, is that fun? Is there an upside there?
Yeah.
We need to make sure that we respect the series, and it needs to feel like Modern Warfare. Like when you pick it up and you have the control in your hands, when you're working with this equipment and these weapons and all these game mechanics, it has to be 60 FPS, low latency, the controls have to feel smooth, everything has to be just right. So I hope that, I mean, they'll know when they get it in their hands if we've done our job properly, but I think that hopefully, they all need to know that we're on it and we're making sure that it's right.
I think they know that. I think they know you're committed. But there's a lot of information to cover. We're getting close to the end of this. I think we need to do a lightning round, Lona.
We should,
Yeah, let's
okay.
do a lightning round. So you mentioned new engine. How's that affect the gameplay?
Okay, the new engine affects the gameplay, and we're doing actual real night vision this time. Now, as real as you can make it. In the old days, we used to just run a filter over the screen and play with some colors and stuff. This is actually an IR spectrum that's calculated in the game. So you're dealing with real IR reflectors, the way that things reflect light in night vision. They actually went back with a new engine and researched the history of night vision all the way back to World War II.
That's incredible.
We have incredible atmosphere, real, almost. what the atmospherics do is they help you read targets in the environment more. So
Like distance and.
yeah, it's actually, if you were to look at an environment with no atmosphere and no fog or anything, it looks very video game mechanical.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
engine lets us do atmosphere in a new way where we actually can calculate. You can go into a room, fire weapons, cook up the cordite, and the room will start filling with atmosphere. So you get that type of vibe. The engine just lets us do it.
Yeah.
Scratching the surface on how the new engine enhances gameplay and visuals at the same time.
I do want to let you touch on this before we go into launch date. People playing together, you had something really important to say back there.
Well, we did. We have announced crossplay, and
Wow,
it's,
crossplay, wow!
consoles and it's
Consoles
Xbox, PlayStation, and
i z PC.
PC.
You got everybody on board.
Oh.
All my friends, we can all play
I be
together
very
now.
careful when I answer that stuff. There's a lot more details to it that I can't go into.
Crossplay.
But it's obviously we're still in pre-alpha, so there's a lot of stuff is in construction right now.
Boka!
And when can they play it?
We're gonna ship on October 25th. I can't wait. We have a lot more to come along the way.
All right, I want to give you one last one. I know people are ravenous for gameplay. When are they going to get to see it? Where can they
Nope.
follow you on social media to be the first in line to see that
Oh
stuff?
my, Art Peasant. Art Peasant on Twitter. That's basically where I like to try to talk to people. And I've been going out to Reddit once in a while and I've been accused of being a fake. So
No, he's real, guys. He's real.
well, they keep telling me I need to put a badge on my name, but it's kind of laughable that I can say something and they're kind of questioning every word I say. So it's kind of fun.
Well, great. I'm looking forward to playing it. All the realism, the night vision has me, I think, the most interesting. I always like when you do
Kurwa,
something that
no
takes
przecież
the
zapytała się,
immersion
kiedy
up.
gameplay
So,
będzie.
very exciting.
A on dupczył o
Can't
swoim
wait for
koncie na
everybody to play it.
Twitterze.
All right. There you have it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, October 25th. Be sure to check it out at callofduty.com and keep it here for E3 on
Yeah!
Twitch. We'll be right back.
Yeah! Ciekawe co Niklaus powie.
Super.
Yeah!
Amazing.
I co Niklaus, podobało ci się? Było fajnie, Niklaus? Zadowolony?
Think she can't get a last second clutch?
Dobra, przerwa. Wiele słów ciśnie mi się na usta. Przerwa, idźcie se po browara. Się zostało jeden najebać. Nie, ile subów dzisiaj było? Kurwa jego...
Nie mogę po prostu.